Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to talk to you about something that has the power to change your entire life. Something that separates ordinary people from extraordinary people. Something that turns impossible into possible. That something is the courage to dream big. Most people go through life playing small. They follow the safe path. They do what everyone else expects. They silence their dreams because they are afraid of failing, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being good enough. But let me tell you something. Every great success in history started with a dream. Before there was success, there was imagination. Before there was achievement, there was belief. Before there was reality, there was a dream inside someone's mind. The world you see today. The buildings, the technology, the inventions, the art, the music, the achievements, all of it exists because someone dared to dream bigger than everyone else. Dreaming big is not about being unrealistic. Dreaming big is about refusing to limit yourself. It's about refusing to accept a life that is smaller than what you are capable of living. You were not born just to survive. You were not born just to pay bills and repeat the same day over and over. You were born with potential. You were born with purpose. You were born with the ability to create something great. But here is the truth most people never realize. Your dreams will scare you. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Big dreams will make people doubt you. Big dreams will make people laugh at you. Big dreams will make you question yourself. And that is exactly why most people never achieve them. Because dreaming big requires courage. It requires belief when nobody else believes. It requires effort when nobody is watching. It requires persistence when everything feels impossible. But the people who change the world are the people who refuse to give up on their dreams. Today, I want you to remember this one thing. Your life can become bigger than you ever imagined, but only if you have the courage to imagine bigger than you ever have before. So today, we are going to talk about dreaming big, why it matters, why most people never do it, and how you can become one of the few who actually turn their dreams into reality. Because this is not just a speech. This is a wake-up call. A wake-up call to your potential. A wake-up call to your future. A wake-up call to the dream that is still inside you, waiting to be lived. And by the end of this video, I want you to believe something you may have never believed before. That your dream is possible, that your future can be greater, and that your life can become something truly extraordinary. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and get ready, because today, we start dreaming bigger. Let's talk about why dreaming big is so important. Not just important, necessary. Because the size of your dream determines the size of your life. If you dream small, you live small. If you think small, you stay small. If you expect little, you achieve little. But when you dare to dream big, something changes inside you. Your mind starts working differently. Your actions start becoming stronger. Your decisions start becoming bolder. And suddenly the life you thought was impossible starts becoming possible. Most people never realize how powerful their dreams are. Your dream is not just a wish. Your dream is a direction. Your dream is a map. Your dream is a reason to wake up when you feel tired. A reason to keep going when life gets hard. Without a dream, life feels empty. You go to work without passion. You wake up without excitement. You live without purpose. But when you have a big dream, every day has meaning. You wake up with fire in your heart. You move with energy. You think with purpose, because you know where you are going. And here's the truth. People who dream big don't have easier lives. They have harder lives. They face more challenges, more failures, more rejection, more moments when they want to quit. But they also experience something most people never feel: pride, fulfillment, growth, victory. Because chasing a big dream forces you to become stronger. A small dream does not require courage. A small dream does not require sacrifice. A small dream does not require change. But a big dream will demand everything from you. It will demand discipline. It will demand patience. It will demand belief when nothing makes sense. And that is why big dreams create big people. Think about every person you admire, every athlete, every inventor, every leader, every successful person. They all had one thing in common. They refused to think small. When others said, "Be realistic," they said, "Watch me." When others said, "It's impossible," they said, "I'll find a way." When others stopped, they kept going. Dreaming big matters because it changes who you become. You don't become successful first and then dream big. You dream big first, and that dream turns you into someone capable of success. Your dream forces you to grow. It forces you to learn. It forces you to improve. It forces you to become someone stronger than you are today. And that is the real power of dreaming big. Not just the result, but the person you become along the way. So never be ashamed of having a big dream. Never let someone tell you that your goal is too high. Never let fear convince you to settle for less, because the only thing worse than failing at a big dream is succeeding at a small one. You only have one life, one chance, one story, one opportunity to see how far you can go. So why live small when you were born to live big? Dream big, think big, act big, believe big, because the moment you decide to dream bigger, your life begins to grow bigger too. And this is only the beginning, because next, we are going to talk about the people who prove that dreaming big can change the world. Sometimes the best way to understand the power of dreaming big is to look at the people who actually did it, because history is full of people who started with nothing, people who were doubted, people who failed again and again, but refused to stop dreaming. And, because they refused to give up, the world changed. Let me tell you something important. The people you admire today were once ordinary. They were not born confident. They were not born successful. They were not born unstoppable. They became unstoppable because they had a dream bigger than their fear. Think about the inventors who changed the world. There was a time when people believed that humans would never fly. It sounded crazy, impossible, unrealistic. But someone dreamed of flying anyway. People laughed, people doubted, people said it would never work. But the dream was stronger than the doubt. And because someone refused to think small, today, we can cross the world in hours. Think about the athletes who became legends. Before the trophies, before the fame, before the victory, there were years of losing, years of training when nobody cared, years of waking up early, years of pushing through pain. Every champion you see today was once a beginner who decided not to quit. They dreamed of greatness when nobody else believed they could reach it. And that is the difference. Most people quit when it gets hard. Successful people keep going when it gets hard. Let me tell you another truth. The world often laughs at big dreams. At first, when someone says, "I want to be the best," people say, "Be realistic." When someone says, "I want to change the world," people say, "That's impossible." When someone says, "I want more from life," people say, "You should be satisfied." But every great achievement in history once sounded impossible. Every success story started with a person who refused to accept limits. And the same is true for you. You don't need to be famous to dream big. You don't need to be rich to dream big. You don't need to be perfect to dream big. You just need courage. Courage to believe in something before it exists. Courage to keep going when nobody understands you. Courage to work in silence while the world doubts you. Because the people who achieve big dreams are not the luckiest people. They are the people who stayed committed when it was easier to quit. They are the people who kept believing when it was easier to doubt. They are the people who kept moving forward when everything told them to stop. And one day, the same people who were laughed at become the people everyone admires. The same people who were doubted become the people everyone respects. The same people who were ignored become the people everyone talks about. Not because they were special from the beginning, but because they refused to give up on their dream. So when people doubt you, keep going. When people laugh at you, keep going. When life gets hard, keep going. Because every great story looks impossible in the beginning. And maybe, right now, you are at the beginning of your story. Maybe nobody sees your vision yet. Maybe nobody understands your goals. Maybe nobody believes in your dream. That's okay. They don't need to believe. You do. Because one person with a big dream and the courage to chase it is enough to change everything. So dream bigger, work harder, stay focused, and never forget. Every legend was once a person who decided not to give up. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, and leave a comment below. It really helps the channel grow. If you truly want to dream big, you must learn how to face two enemies that stop most people from ever reaching their goals: fear and doubt. These two things have destroyed more dreams than failure ever did, not because people were not talented, not because de deze mooi, disdain napen steen amboy abem kori, because they have opportunities, not because their dreams were impossible, but because they were afraid to try. Fear is powerful. Fear tells you, what if you fail? Fear tells you, what will people think? Fear tells you, you're not ready. Fear tells you, you're not good enough. And if you listen to fear long enough, you will start believing it. You will start convincing yourself that your dream is too big. You will start telling yourself that success is for other people. You will start settling for a life that is smaller than the one you wanted. But listen carefully. Fear is not a sign that you should stop. Fear is a sign that you are about to grow. Every time you try something new, you feel fear. Every time you take a risk, you feel fear. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you feel fear. That is normal. The people who achieve big dreams are not fearless. They feel fear too. The difference is, they don't let fear decide their future. They move forward anyway. Courage does not mean you are not scared. Courage means you keep going even when you are scared. Think about the moments in your life when you almost gave up. Maybe you wanted to try something new, but you were afraid of failing. Maybe you wanted to speak up, but you were afraid of being judged. Maybe you had a dream, but you were afraid it would never work. Those moments decide your future, because every big dream requires a moment where you choose between fear and belief, and most people choose fear. They stay comfortable, they stay safe, they stay where nothing changes, but nothing grows in the comfort zone. Dreams don't live in the comfort zone. Success doesn't live in the comfort zone. Your best life doesn't live in the comfort zone. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. And then there is doubt. Doubt is even more dangerous, because fear is loud, but doubt is quiet. Doubt whispers. It says, maybe you can't do this. It says, maybe you are not talented enough. It says, maybe you started too late. It says, maybe you should give up. And the more you listen to doubt, the smaller your dream becomes. Until one day you stop dreaming at all. But here is the truth you must remember. Doubt will always be there. Even successful people feel doubt. Even champions feel doubt. Even the strongest people in the world have moments when they question themselves. The difference is, they don't let doubt control their actions. They keep going anyway. They work anyway. They believe anyway. Because they understand something powerful. You don't need to feel confident to take the first step. You just need to take the first step to build confidence. Confidence comes after action. Belief comes after effort. Strength comes after struggle. So if you are waiting to feel ready, you will wait forever. Nobody feels ready to chase a big dream. Nobody feels ready to change their life. Nobody feels ready to do something extraordinary. They just decide to try. And that decision changes everything. So the next time fear shows up, move forward. The next time doubt speaks, keep working. The next time life feels hard, keep going. Because the people who achieve big dreams are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who refuse to stop because of it. Your dream is on the other side of fear. Your future is on the other side of doubt. Your best life is on the other side of the moment you decide not to quit. And if you can win the battle against fear and doubt, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Dreaming big is powerful. Believing in yourself is powerful. Overcoming fear is powerful. But none of it means anything without hard work. Dreams do not work unless you do. Every big dream requires big effort. Every big goal requires sacrifice. Every big success requires discipline. And this is the part most people don't like. People love the idea of success. People love the idea of winning. People love the idea of becoming great. But not everyone loves the work that greatness requires. Because hard work is not exciting every day. Some days you feel motivated. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel unstoppable. But most days, you feel tired. Most days you don't feel like working. Most days you don't feel like trying again. Most days you don't feel like pushing yourself. And those days decide your future. Anyone can work hard when they feel motivated. Champions work hard when they don't feel like it. Anyone can try when it's easy. Successful people keep going when it's difficult. Anyone can start. Very few people finish. That is why discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Motivation makes you start. Discipline makes you continue. Discipline makes you finish. If you want to dream big, You must become the kind of person who does the work even when nobody is watching. The world only sees the results. They see the trophy, they see the success, they see the victory, but they don't see the early mornings, they don't see the late nights, they don't see the failures, they don't see the moments when you wanted to quit, but decided to keep going. Every successful person you admire paid the price. They sacrificed comfort, they sacrificed time, they sacrificed excuses. They chose discipline over laziness, they chose effort over comfort, they chose growth over easy, and that is why they reached their dreams. Let me tell you something important. Hard work does not guarantee success, but without hard work, success is impossible. You may fail, you may struggle, you may fall behind, but every step you take makes you stronger. Every day you stay consistent builds your future. Every time you refuse to quit, you become someone new. Dreaming big means you must work harder than average. Average effort creates average results. Big dreams require extra effort, extra focus, extra patience, extra discipline. There will be days when nobody believes in you. Work anyway. There will be days when you don't believe in yourself. Work anyway. There will be days when nothing seems to work. Work anyway. Because success is not built in one day. It is built every day. Small steps, small improvements, small progress. Again and again and again. Until one day, all the hard work becomes something great, and people will say, "You are lucky," but you will know the truth. It was not luck. It was discipline. It was sacrifice. It was the decision to keep working when quitting would have been easier. So if you truly want to dream big, be ready to work big. Be ready to stay focused when others get distracted. Be ready to stay strong when others get tired. Be ready to keep going when others give up. Because the dream belongs to the person who is willing to work for it, not once, not sometimes, but every single day. And if you can learn discipline, if you can fall in love with hard work, if you can stay consistent, there is no dream too big for you. None. If there is one rule that separates people who achieve their dreams from people who only talk about them, it is this: never give up. Not when it gets hard, not when it takes longer than you expected, not when people doubt you, not when you doubt yourself. Never give up, because every big dream takes time. We live in a world where everyone wants success fast. People want results in days, people want progress in weeks, people want greatness in months, but real success takes years, sometimes many years, and this is where most people quit, not because the dream was impossible, but because the dream took longer than they thought. They try once, it doesn't work. They try twice, it's still hard. They try 3 times, they get tired, and then they stop, not because they couldn't win, but because they stopped trying. You must understand this. Failure is not the opposite of success. Quitting is. You can fail many times and still succeed. But the moment you quit, the dream ends. Every successful person you admire wanted to quit at some point. Every champion felt pain. Every winner had moments where nothing worked. Moments when they felt exhausted. Moments when they felt lost. Moments when they felt like giving up. The difference is, they didn't stop. They rested, but didn't quit. They struggled, but didn't quit. They failed, but didn't quit. They doubted, but didn't quit. And because they didn't quit, their story didn't end there. Most people quit right before progress, right before the breakthrough, right before the moment their life would have changed. Imagine digging for gold. You dig every day. The ground is hard. You are tired. You see nothing. You dig again. Still nothing. You dig again. Still nothing. And then you stop. You walk away. But what you didn't know was that the gold was just one more step away. This is how dreams work. You don't always see progress. You don't always see results. You don't always feel like you are getting closer. But every step matters. Every effort counts. Every time you keep going, you are closer than before. The people who win are not always the smartest. They are not always the strongest. They are the ones who stayed longer. They stayed when others left. They kept working when others stopped. They kept believing when others gave up. And that is why they reached their dream. You must decide right now. No matter how hard it gets, you will not quit. No matter how long it takes, you will not quit. No matter how many times you fail, you will not quit. Because the moment you decide that quitting is not an option, your mindset changes, your effort changes, your future changes. When quitting is not possible, success becomes possible. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the best. You just need to keep going longer than your excuses, longer than your fear, longer than your doubt, longer than your pain. Dream big, work hard, stay strong, and never, ever give up. Because the people who refuse to quit are the people who change their lives. And the next part is the most important one, because now it's time to talk about the moment you decide who you are going to become. We talked about dreaming big. We talked about fear. We talked about doubt. We talked about hard work. We talked about discipline. We talked about never giving up. Now the only question left is this: who are you going to be after this moment? Because motivation means nothing if you don't take action. You can listen to speeches all day. You can watch videos every night. You can say you want a better life, but your future will not change until you change. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must make a decision. A real decision, not a wish, not a hope. A decision. The decision to stop living small. The decision to stop making excuses. The decision to stop being afraid of what could go wrong, and start believing in what could go right. Right now, your life is being shaped by the choices you make every day. Not once a year, not once a month. Every day. Every time you choose comfort instead of growth, your dream gets smaller. Every time you choose excuses instead of effort, your future gets weaker. Every time you choose fear instead of courage, your life stays the same. But the opposite is also true. Every time you choose discipline, you get stronger. Every time you choose hard work, you get closer. Every time you choose belief, your dream gets bigger. You don't need a perfect moment to start. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need everyone to support you. You just need to decide that your dream matters. Decide that your future matters. Decide that your life will not stay the same, because one decision can change everything. One decision to try again. One decision to work harder. One decision to believe in yourself even when nobody else does. Your past does not decide your future. Your mistakes do not decide your future. Your fears do not decide your future. Your decision does. Right now, you can decide to dream bigger. Right now, you can decide to work harder. Right now, you can decide to become stronger. Right now, you can decide that you will not give up on your life. And listen carefully. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be better than the person you were yesterday. Step by step, day by day, choice by choice. Until one day you look back and realize that the dream you once thought was impossible is now your reality. So dream big. Dream so big that it scares you. Dream so big that people doubt you. Dream so big that you don't even know how you will get there yet, because the size of your dream decides the size of your life. Work hard. Work when you feel tired. Work when you feel unmotivated. Work when nobody believes in you. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Stay hungry. And never forget this: your life can become something incredible. Your future can become something powerful. Your story can become something inspiring, but only if you refuse to give up on your dream. So stand up, take a deep breath, look at your life, and decide today: I will dream big, I will work hard, I will not quit, I will become the person I was meant to be. And when the world doubts you, smile, and keep going, because this is your life, this is your dream, this is your moment. Dream big, and make it real. Before you leave this video, I want to ask you something. If this message touched you, if this speech gave you motivation, if this video reminded you that your dreams still matter, then don't just close the video. Take 1 second and prove to yourself that you are serious about your future. Hit the like button, not for me, but for the person you want to become. Subscribe to this channel, because this is not the last time you will need motivation. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you feel lost, days when you feel like giving up. And when those days come, I want this channel to be here for you. So subscribe, and become part of a community that refuses to live small. And I want you to do one more thing. Go to the comments right now and write, "I will dream big." Write it like a promise to yourself. Write it like a decision. Write it like today is the day your life starts to change. Because when you say it, when you write it, when you decide it, your mind starts believing it. And when your mind believes it, your life begins to move in that direction. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your dream, and remember, your future is not decided by luck. Your future is decided by the choices you make today. So make the choice, right now. Dream big, work hard, never quit, and I will see you in the next video.